Hello, YouTubers, and welcome back to another episode of The Grandstand here on the Ohio Patriot Education Network YouTube channel. I'm, as always, your host, AR, the Ohio Patriot. And for today's episode, we're going to talk about the anti-gun fucking cunts down at the Ohio State House today, who are a bunch of scumbag sacks of shit who are literally being paid there to be corporate lobbyists and being busted into the Ohio State House to fucking press a bunch of anti-gun bullshit is what it is, dude. So I did not know today that apparently the Second Amendment Preservation Act was having its second/third hearing, I guess is what it is at this point. Where it was both proponent and opponent testimony for it. And if I had known that, I would have been down there for it. But unfortunately, I couldn't be, because again, I'm not a fucking corporate lobbyist scumbag who gets fucking bussed into places. I have to do my own rides down there, which takes 2.5 hours one way at least. If not closer to 3 hours, actually, is what it usually is. And the same thing everybody else for that matter. And most of us, by the way, cannot get off work on Tuesdays at fucking 2:30 in the afternoon to go down there and testify in favor of Second Amendment preservation / two-way sanctuary is what it is, dude. And that's the biggest problem right now. And this is the biggest problem I've had with government entirely, dude, in the state of Ohio and across this country for that matter. These people, if they're going to be doing stuff like this, need to be doing it on Saturday afternoon is what it is, dude. It needs to be on the Saturday afternoon. Period. End of story, dude. If you're going to be sitting there doing stuff, it needs to be ability for everybody in the state that could easily get off on a Saturday or something like that could come down there and testify. And you'll see who the real testifiers are then, dude, when it comes to pro-2A people and stuff. Not a bunch of fucking corporate shills like MDA or that fucking asshole Doug Rogers, that's spelled differently from mine, by the way, who's a bunch of anti-gun sacks of shit, or this one current douchebag that's down there right now bitching and moaning about, like, oh, this is going to hurt law enforcement. And basically talking about he's like a fucking teacher for 40-something years now. It's like, dude, fuck yourself. You are an old-ass, retired motherfucker with nothing better to do than sit here and fucking shit on people like my rights now, old assholes. And I'll tell you what, I'm fucking sick and tired of this shit, dude. I am so fucking fed up with a bunch of goddamn geriatric fucking baby boomer fucking old cunts that have no fucking business being in my fucking state for the most part, because most of them are fucking Connecticut-based assholes that came after fucking Sandy Hook and shit like that. Go back to fucking Connecticut, you fucking fuckers. We don't need you here in Ohio. We don't need your fucking bullshit in this fucking state, dude. We are sick and fucking tired of your goddamn tyrannical fucking trash in the state of Ohio. And I'm fucking over it, dude. I'm fucking over it and so over everybody else for that matter, dude. You have lost the fucking narrative, dude. You have lost the fucking thing entirely to the point now you have to have that motherfucking cheating piece of shit Biden come out of the woodwork today, going to California at some point here today, and trying to push a bunch of garbage by executive order he doesn't have the fucking authority to even do at this point, dude. Let's be for real at this point, dude. Biden is a cheating piece of shit who doesn't have legal authority at all to pass any executive orders because he's not the fucking presidency is what it is, dude. Neither does Kamala Harris. And it's time for fucking piece of shit Kevin McCarthy to get off his fucking lazy rhino ass and impeach both of these fucking cunts out of office, dude, for real. It's time to get rid of Biden and Kamala both at this point, dude, for the shit they pulled against the American people at this point, dude. They know they can't get nothing done in federal Congress. They know they can't get nothing done in federal Senate at this point, dude, because they don't have the fucking votes to do it, because nor would they, because nobody's going to fucking commit suicide to pass gun control, dude. Nobody's going to commit career suicide to pass gun control is what it is. Which is exactly what this is at the end of the day, dude. You would be committing career suicide if you're going to try and pass gun control in this country as any member of the U.S. Congress or any member of the U.S. Senate at this point. And so you have to have these cheating fucks literally go by executive order and do crap like that, dude, which is totally unconstitutional, by the way, to begin with. So I'm just fucking sick of it, dude. I'm so fucking sick and tired of these people. And I swear to fucking God, dude. Today is Pi Day, by the way, for those interested. I wouldn't be surprised if it went down in U.S. history the day the Second Revolution started in this country, honestly, with the shit Biden's pulling right now, dude. And the shit all these anti-gunners are trying to pull right now. Because honestly, like, that's what this country needs. It needs a fucking revolution again, dude. Whether it be a tax revolt, whether it be whatever the case be, a founding father style revolution, a civil war, whatever the case be, dude, at this point. Because we have let things go so fucking tyrannical in this nation for the past 3.5 years. The only thing to change it now is revolution, dude. Period. That is literally the only thing that will change in this country's history. Will be a violent revolt. And it's getting to that point right now. And again, who is the ones pushing all this crap, dude? It's people on death's door already. It's people in their 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s in most cases. It's a bunch of geriatric assholes that don't give two shits about your constitutional rights, who are the biggest oath-breaking fucking scumbags possible out there. People like Richard Brown, who if Frank LaRosa actually grew some goddamn balls in the state as Secretary of State, he would be investigating Richard Brown for massive voter fraud during the 2022 midterms, as well as Amelia Sykes and Greg Landsman as well, for that matter. Not to mention Marcy Kaptur, who Democrats have gerrymandered Cleveland so fucking blue for her that she just never loses and is a career politician for over 40 fucking years now. Longer than I've been alive, by the way. Like, how is that even legal, by the way? How the fuck are you even allowed to hold office in this country for over 4 decades, dude? It's bullshit entirely. Career and politician should not have a fucking terminology together, dude. Those two words should never come together, ever, in this country. Because you should not be in office long enough to become a career, anything at that point. I'm just so fucking fed up with it, dude. I really am. I really fucking am. I'm going to go to the Ohio channel here and see if there's anything we want to actually discuss real quick, because they're doing a House Oversight Committee hearing about it right now. Oh, no, it just went off the air. Son of a bitch. Are you kidding me? Is this from today's? This might be from today's. Maybe. I'm trying to get it updated here. Is what it is. It's not one to pop up here. It's just being a bunch of scummery is what it is. This would be from today, but it's not one to... I don't think it's loaded on their server yet is what it is, actually. But yeah, like I said, it's a bunch of bullcrap in general, dude. It's a bunch of people bitching and moaning about stuff they don't even know anything about is what it is, dude. And that's the thing, right? It's a bunch of anti-gunners who've never owned a fucking firearm in their life, never even gone through the process of owning a firearm in their lives, that want to sit there and bitch and try to take away your rights is what it is, dude, as a legal gunner in this country. And then want to completely lie about shit and be like, oh, but if the Second Preservation Act became a thing, you'd have people that were convicted of domestic violence be allowed to carry. No, you wouldn't, you fucking lying pieces of shit. No, you wouldn't. It's an absolute fucking lie. It is a straight up fucking lie. Straight up MDA's fucking playbook is what it is, dude. It's the same exact way that those fucking cunts lied about the whole 81% bullshit in Texas when they were trying to pass constitutional carry there. When they went around to some fucking liberal-ass college and picked about 200 people or so that were all a bunch of leftists, and they're like, hey, do you support gun control? And they're like, yep. And they're like, okay, cool. Another one for the 81% thing. And that's what they did. They had like 200 people fucking do a survey is what it was, dude. And it was like, oh, 81% of people in Texas believe this shit. And it's like, no, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. It's 81% of a fucking bunch of idiots who fucking did a survey of some stupid-ass liberal college is what it was, dude, that picked that particular thing is what it is. And that's, by the way, why you can't trust polling in this country either, for that matter. Because it's all bullshit, dude. Almost every single poll for like presidential races or congressional races, whatever it is, it's anywhere from like 200 to 1,000 something-ish people, give or take, at most. Usually I think it's like, it could be up to like 2,000 depending, but usually it's like anywhere between like 200 and like 1,000, give or take. And that's the thing. It's a bunch of lies, dude. So when they're sitting there like 60% of Americans support abortion or something like that, it's like, no, they don't. What you really mean is like 140 people, that 200 something people that you fucking polled for the survey support that shit. And it's a bunch of crap, dude. We're going to get into that a little bit later, actually, with one of the other things for the day, because there's a bunch of other shit going on here in Ohio where we got fucking scumbags in the ballot board allowing those fucking assholes that are all pro baby killing to allow them to collect signatures now for the abortion legislation for the ballot initiative now. Such a bunch of disgusting crap, dude. And again, that's why corporate lobbying needs to be banned in this country, period. It's why corporate money in politics needs to be banned in this country, period. It's why Ohio should have passed that 60% or overruling in the last election cycle in our last General Assembly. So, anyway, I'm going to try to go back and see if that House Oversight Committee thing exists again or not, and see if it actually can pull up some of the shit. I don't think it will, though, because it's too close. Again, I think it's just server load issues or whatever. But yeah, pretty much it was about all these anti-gunners and stuff like that, and it's just a bunch of crap entirely, dude. So, Chris Dorr from Ohio Gunners is talking about it quite a bit, actually, on Facebook, which, I gotta say, man, like, you do Facebook stuff an awful lot there, Chris. Why aren't you on YouTube? Why aren't you on Twitter more and stuff like that, man? Why aren't your, volunteers doing Twitter stuff is what it is, man, seriously. Like, it'd be so much better off, honestly, because we'd at least know a bunch of things going on right now. Like, hell, it would have been nice to know that the shit was even going on down there in Columbus, dude. I didn't fucking know what was going on today. Otherwise, I may have been down there to actually do things, dude, is what it was. So, unfortunately, yeah, I wasn't down there in time to I wasn't down there and wasn't able to know that was going on then, is what it was. To actually be down and testify in favor of it. So, I think that's actually, honestly, in some cases, I think that's by design by the Dorr family, is what it is, dude, because it's almost like they want to be the saviors of Ohio's gun rights or something like that, when in reality, all they're doing is fucking over everybody else from being able to know when the hell the shit's going on, dude. So. Through. Yep, internet dipped out on me because of windstorms going on here. Makes sense logically. That's why I can do this and have two of me on screen, even though one's not there to even work. So it's pretty weird, man. Pretty weird. But yeah, apparently it's windstorm was kicking up a little bit. There's been snow around here too for the last couple days as well. So, but what I was gonna talk about was these fucking lunatics from MDA here that were all in the testifying at the Ohio State House today over the stuff. You had this crazy bitch in her little fucking pride outfit, apparently. And as OGO said a half hour ago, it said, "What is that outfit anyway? This woman doesn't think Jared Taylor should have been here to give his expert testimony on why SOPA is necessary to preserve our gun rights when anti-gun out-of-state groups are right here in this room testifying against Ohio gunners' rights. Also, isn't Moms Demand Action a gun control organization headquartered in another state asking for a friend?" Yes, it is, dude. That's the entire point, right? Like, that's what I'm saying with corporate lobbying, dude. It needs to be banned because of the fact you have MDA that doesn't even fucking exist in Ohio. It's a chapter of another fucking organization that's headed in another fucking state is what it is, dude. By that fucking cunt Shannon Watts that got me a 7-day ban on Twitter the other day for calling out being the fucking actual piece of shit cunt that she is what it is, dude. Because fuck Shannon Watts entirely, dude. And fuck the rest of these fucking anti-gun pieces of shit, too, for that matter, man. And yeah, then you got this old fucking geriatric old bitch here as well, man, from MDA, bitching about OGO and stuff like that. As Dorset here said, "Red shirt radical thinks just because she and many other red shirt friends are unemployed, retired, bust here, and are paid to be here to testify against gun bills, that somehow means that there are more opposition than support for the Second Amendment Preservation Act. She essentially is saying, shame on you for having to work to support your families and can't make it to downtown Columbus on a Tuesday afternoon." Exactly, dude. And that's the thing, right? You have like 50 of these fucking ass clowns in the State House right now, like in the fucking chamber, basically, that they just finished up there a few minutes ago. And yet, meanwhile, you have like nobody for the pro-gun side because, again, we all have fucking jobs for a living. We all can't make it down to Columbus on a fucking snowy-ass Tuesday afternoon to testify in favor of this shit, dude. And that's the problem. And that's what, honestly, this is what fucking pisses me the fuck off about the Ohio General Assembly right now, dude. And their old asses and their like fucking Bill Sites and shit like that, dude. That rhino scumbag. Is these are the people that have voted against having digital updates to actually having people testify for testimony in the State House is what it is, dude. No. If you're going to sit there and have a big-ass, giant fucking billion-dollar slush fund right now, crack the fucking funds open and update your goddamn technology so people like me can be here right now on a fucking stream kind of thing, calling your bitch asses out is what it is, dude. And be like, yeah, I can be here in my fucking house right now testifying in favor of this shit. That's what it needs to be, honestly. And I don't care if it takes fucking 7 hours or not, dude. You know, it's bullshit, dude. If Connecticut can do it, where they have anti-gun and pro-gun people testifying at various time periods and stuff like that, and it's like a 6-7 hour testimony, have it be the same thing here in Ohio, man. Have uniformity in state houses across this country where technology is actually introduced and used properly. That's the biggest problem right now, dude. But no, they just want people to be there in person to testify. Fuck that, dude. No, you should have some guy that's working a fucking graveyard shift or a fucking afternoon shift or whatever the case be, go on a break for 20, 30 minutes, whatever it is, dude, and be able to get on his smartphone and testify in favor of the stuff. It's the same thing here with me. You know, I can't sit there with a broken-ass vehicle, drive 3 hours one way, and then 3 hours back home the same fucking day. 6-hour round trip, by the way, just to testify in favor of this stuff. It'd be one thing entirely if it was like a Saturday afternoon and I could just come down there for the day or whatever the case be, yeah. But again, when it's a fucking Tuesday afternoon, I don't know what the fuck shit's going on, man, because y'all never fucking update the chip properly or whatever the case be, or actually get a hold of people like me who call you up and say, hey, when the hell is this going on? And the state reps don't give a fuck about actually telling us when it's going on. It's like, Jesus Christ, dude, how the fuck do you expect us to be there to actually testify in favor of it? You know, there's a reason why I'm calling these people up all the time and being like, yeah, it's time to support this stuff. Get it through. Do your job as an elected official. Don't have one in the next election cycle because we'll vote your ass fucking out. We'll take somebody to have your primary out is what it is, dude. We'll get a better opponent for you and have them primary the shit out of you, and then they win the general election next time around. And it's as simple as that, for God's sakes. Oh, my God. Yeah, and then going back to the Ohio Governors Facebook page here, you had this other leftist lunatic right here, this old bitch, say, lady thinks that because some Obama appointee judge, who, by the way, was the one that overturned the Missouri Second Preservation Act thing, means that Ohio shouldn't protect our gun rights. Yeah, exactly. It's a bunch of shit, dude, entirely. Some Obama fuckboy. Let's see. I don't think about you. Let's see. This is another update from them about an hour ago. It says, don't know about you folks, but washed up former federal agents that have enforced unconstitutional gun tyranny should not be employed or a peace officer here in Ohio. They cannot be trusted to properly protect your rights. They shouldn't even be out of fucking prison, dude. It's just like the pieces of shit in the ATF that kill those people at Waco, dude. How the fuck are they not in federal prison for life at minimum? And I mean that when I say at minimum, because honestly, it should be the last thing of deprivation of rights of law is what it is, dude. Which is a good old DP. Anyway, then we got Red Shirt Radical thinks 2A is not unlimited. She apparently hasn't read the part that says shall not be infringed. Also, Second Preservation Act is racist and sexist, according to her dumb ass. Jesus Christ, man. These fucking people. Let's see. Amount of seething and gnashing of teeth in the room is incredible today. Let's see who this fucking guy is. Guy is a paid spokesman for Brady Campaign, which works around the clock to obliterate our 2A. By the way, Brady Campaign is literally owned by Bloomberg and has been for about the last 10 years or so, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Give or take. It's whenever, I think it was around 2013 or so when Bloomberg purchased that shit because he was doing the mayor thing and stuff like that. That became like every town or whatever. And it was around that same time that he literally purchased the Brady Campaign around that time period in history. So, yeah, it's a bunch of bullshit entirely, dude. And again, you want to talk about corporate lobbying? Brady Campaign is a corporate lobbyist, dude. Kick him the fuck out of the State House entirely. Yeah, let's see. As Chris Dorr said here, or whoever worked for OGO here that said this, said, yeah, trying to obliterate 2A, Brady Campaign. So they precise country can be transformed into a communist hellhole. Notice the camera rolling in the background. Where were they when gun owners came last week to talk about the importance of combat federal gun tyranny? About to combat federal gun tyranny, exactly, dude. Yeah, and you'll notice, and I guarantee you, this cameraman right here is probably some motherfucker from like the ABC or NBC affiliate in that area down in Columbus and shit, dude. It's probably like ABC4 or yeah, it's like I think it's like ABC4 or like NBC3 or something like that down there is what it is, or NBC4 or something like that. It's probably like one of those douchebags down there is my guess, honestly. Because again, and this is something I've realized in the last few years, dude, especially since 2020 and stuff like that, the mainstream media needs to be fucking held accountable, dude. you need to be able to sue the shit out of these fucking asshole piece of shit reporters who are inaccurately saying stuff, dude. And are inaccurately reporting on the news is what it is, man. It's just like the same thing with when I was talking about with the anti-life legislation earlier. You had these fucking douchebags talk about pro-life people being anti-abortion. It's like, no, we're called pro-life, you fucking scumbags. How about you report it accurately, Fox 8? You fucking cunts. I'll tell you what, I'm fired up today because I'm fucking just, oh my god, dude. I hate these fucking people so much is what it is, dude. Let's see what else we got here. See, radical leftist activist Ann Shraver, who is spewing garbage from the mouth and all sorts of lies. She even said that the lack of co-sponsors on the bill means there isn't much support for the bill. You do realize, you stupid fucking cunt, that people can actually become a co-sponsor at any given time, right? The entire fucking reason, Anne, that Second Preservation Act only had Mike Loychek and one other person on it as basically primaries is what it was there, is because they wanted to get it through and introduced in the General Assembly as fast as possible. It's just like the same thing with constitutional carry. You know, it's like the same thing with stand your ground and stuff like that a couple years ago, dude. I talked to my state rep, Reggie Stolfus, and a few other people about that. I'm like, why aren't you guys co-sponsors on this? And he's like, oh yeah, they had to introduce it like by like 5 o'clock in the afternoon. We couldn't actually get on it as fast as that was possible because they were doing other stuff in committees is what it was that day, dude. And that's usually what it is, by the way, because today is Tuesday. It's either Tuesday or Wednesday in the Ohio State House is when they introduce legislation for the entire week or whatever it is. And so if you don't have people that are able to get a hold of somebody else, it's like another state rep or whatever the case be, in that time period before like the 4:30, 5 o'clock deadline, whatever it is there, it's like, dude, we got to get this going now. And they're like, okay, well, I want to be part of this as a co-sponsor or whatever the case be. And they're like, well, you need to get on it right now, dude. And they're like, yeah, sorry, I can't because I'm in committee or whatever the case be. And they're like, okay, fine, you can be on it later. I'm going to go submit this right now is what it is. And that's what they do. They have to rush to submit it most of the time is what it is, dude. And because of that, it's why you have a lack of co-sponsors, because you have everybody that's going to be on. I guarantee you, the second that Second Preservation actually hits the state house floor and stuff like that for the actual floor votes and stuff like that, dude, or the state senate for that matter for state senate votes, you're going to have a shitload of Republicans down ticket beyond that legislation due as co-sponsors. You're going to have like 50-something co-sponsors on that thing is what it'll be, dude. Because they understand that, yes, they want to be a co-sponsor of it. They just can't be the day that it's got to be submitted is what it is, dude. And that's the problem when you have these MDA people falsely claim that shit. Because they're a bunch of liars is what it is, dude. They're straight up lying to everybody about it and being like, oh, it doesn't have any co-sponsors because it won't pass or whatever the case be. It's like, no, it doesn't have any co-sponsors because they had to get it submitted by fucking 5 o'clock in the afternoon, you jackass. But of course, take everything out of context, just like every other scumbag does in this fucking country, dude. All right, let's see what else we got here. Oh, yeah, there's a picture of shithead Brown right there, who shouldn't even be in our state house right now because he's a fucking cheater. Yeah, you got Representative Richard Brown reading an Obama appointee's opinion on Missouri's Second Preservation Act law case that is total garbage and what Judge Napolitano called one of the worst opinions he has ever seen in his life. And you know who's right in front of Dick Brown there? Is piece of shit Tavia Golonsky, who is an anti-gunner BLM terrorist in our state house, who literally voted for Larry Householder, both for speaker and for the HB6 bailout scandal. Why the fuck is Tavia Golonsky not being investigated for her fucking role in bribery scandals, dude? Seriously. Why the fuck is she still a sitting state rep of the state of Ohio, for that matter? It's fucking ridiculous, dude. It really is. Fucking sick and tired of these fucking people, dude. And of course, you saw my comment there. And then we got this dickless piece of shit right here. Lou Tubin at the Prosecuting Attorneys Association, gun grabber. It's a guy in his politicized, corrupt organization testified against every pro-gun bill in the state of Ohio's General Assembly. Left-wing prosecutors hate SOPA because it makes things much more difficult for them to confiscate weapons from people. And again, right there, dude, this guy is an oath-breaking piece of shit. Why the fuck is he still holding office in the state, dude? Or any state for that matter. He should be in fucking Ohio prison right now, dude. Getting fucked in the ass by a bunch of fucking criminals like himself. And I mean that seriously, dude. This guy is being ass-pounding prison right now, getting pounded in the ass. Like the little fucking turd burglar is what it is, man. And then you got shithead Skindell, another fucking Democrat, worried that the bill prohibits the enforcement of federal tracking and tracing of gun owners and their ammunition like sex offenders. I would expect nothing less from a fucking pedophile piece of shit like Mike Skindell, dude. I guarantee you if this guy was investigated, dude, Skindell, he would definitely be fucking on a sex offender registry at this point in the state of Ohio. While he's sitting in prison for child rape charges and stuff like that, dude. This was also, by the way, Mike Skindell, this sack of shit right here, the big fat fucker right there in the gray suit. This is the same asshole who last year, when they were trying to do protecting girls' sports and stuff like that from having trans kids and stuff like that in it, dude, or just trans people, basically dudes in girls' sports is what it really is. Let's get what it is at the end of the day. This motherfucker was shouting down females in our state house, specifically Jenna Powell and a few other women that were on the Republican side of the aisle. Because that's who Mike Skindell is, dude. He's a fucking crybaby little bitch who is a fucking weak-ass, pussy-ass bitch who can't do anything for himself and is a fucking little coward-ass, pansy-ass pussy in general. Sorry. I'm trying to keep it without saying the F that ends with a T is what it is, dude, because he really is. He really is one of those things, dude. But no, Skindell is a fucking cunt for real, man. He is a fucking douchebag. He is an anti-gunner, anti-life piece of shit who I'm pretty sure killed Chris Jordan, by the way. Because he literally got the fucking jabs and infected Jordan by fucking, like, shedding all over his ass is what it is, dude. And the same thing with the rest of the Democrats that were all jabbed up around Chris Jordan over the last 2 years or so. They should all be charged with mass murder at this point. See. We got Bob Peterson asking an excellent question. This is about an hour ago. Said, getting the prosecutor to admit that their job is to enforce local and state law, not federal law. Yeah, exactly. You're not there to fucking enforce federal law. You're there to enforce state law, you fucking clowns. See, then you got John Cross dropping truth bombs at committee, reading exact legislation from the bill that demolishes the left's arguments. Good job, Cross. Let's see. We've got 2 hours ago. First opponent to testify against SOPA is from Cuyahoga County Prosecutor's Office, aka Cleveland. Apparently, he hitched a ride with the Commie Mommy Brigade bus from Cleveland. He's spreading misinformation about the committee, or to the committee, claiming local law enforcement won't be able to use federal resources to prosecute criminals. Absolute bullshit, dude. That is an absolute fucking lie, and you know it, dude. And that's the thing, right? Why are we letting left-wing fucking turds like this guy even testify against this shit, dude? Why are you letting anyone who's a prosecutor in the state testify against fucking pro-2A legislation, dude? Ever. Or any kind of legislation that's legitimately Second Amendment related in this country. It's bullshit, dude. And again, people wonder how these county prosecutors or these fucking DAs or whatever it is, dude, get in power most of the time. I guarantee you that fucking guy is probably a fucking Soros DA up in Cleveland area, dude. Like, Jesus fucking Christ, Frank LaRose, investigate these people for fucking Soros funds, for fuck's sakes. And kick them the fuck out of our state at that point. It's fucking ridiculous, dude. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Okay, I was right then. That was who that was. The fucking other camera there. As Dorr pointed out here, he said, fake news media is in committee room today for full force, ready to roll camera footage on radical gun grabbers testimony. And I guarantee you this shit right here from, like, whether it be NBC or ABC or whoever this guy's with, there's what it is, dude. It's going to be on the local news tonight. And if it is, I'll tell you what, I'm actually going to go to the Columbus-based YouTube channels in the next day or two, and I'm going to find the stuff. I'm actually going to report on here on the next, when the next grandstand is what it'll be, dude. Because I guarantee it's going to be used for that crap. And hell, it might even be used for, like, local affiliates here in Cleveland and stuff like that come to me here in Canton, which would be like the ABC 5 and Fox 8 and stuff like that come out of Cleveland there. And are the Canton news stations. So so fucking over it, dude. Yeah, and then Chris Dorr last night was doing the whole thing on Facebook Live, so See, that's what I don't understand. Like, right? Like, I'm sitting there doing like a YouTube live using StreamYard and stuff like that. It's like, come on, Door. Like, you're supposed to be like a Pro 2A organization in the state of Ohio, dude. Like, get your ass off of fucking Facebook, dude. Get your ass off the dumbass Facebook live shit there, bro. And come here to StreamYard and stuff like that. Hell, fucking debate me at Open, dude. Seriously. In fact, you know, I'm gonna call out Chris Door right now. Chris Door of Ohio Gunners, come debate me, Adam Rogers of Ohio Patriot Education Network. We can have an actual debate about the Second Amendment in Ohio for once, for God's sakes. And maybe actually work together to get shit done here. And finally overturn a bunch of anti-gun crap in this fucking state and work for better legislation as a whole. Instead of trying to fight each other over shit. Because I'm fucking done with it, dude. I really am. Sorry, I'm scrolling up to the top of this to see if there's anything else they updated here or not to discuss with this whole thing. Yeah, it doesn't look like it's mostly the same old there. I'm gonna go check the House Oversight Committee thing again since we've been here almost an hour now, about half hour now. I'm gonna go see if they it has gone out of their system yet or not to actually be viewed and stuff like that now or not. It doesn't appear like it is because every time I click on it, it doesn't seem to want to come up now. Yeah, it keeps coming up like really like oddly invalid or whatever there. So I don't know. Let me House Oversight Committee. Yeah, it's like every single time I'm trying to like bring this up to actually show like some of these crazy fuckers that were there testifying, it just keeps doing the little circle thing there. So I don't know if it's not in their system yet or what it is, dude. I'm thinking that's what it is. It's just not like into their server base yet or something somehow, which really is irritating as hell, dude, because it's like I'd like to be able to, you know, do that stuff. I really, honestly, the one thing that does piss me off about the Ohio channel in general is what it is. They have a YouTube channel here, but yet they don't actually bother using their YouTube channel to actually put this stuff out there, dude. Because like, the only things that are on there from like 6 years ago from fucking DeWine or whatever, dude. And it's like, come on, man, seriously, it's fucking ridiculous. It's just irritating as hell, dude. It's like, no, update, like, what it needs to be is they need to have some tech people in, like, seriously. Okay, here's the thing, right? You have all this wasteful spending in the state of Ohio. Actually spend some money on some tech people to update your fucking system better so that you can actually take that stuff from over here in this server and put it over here over to fucking YouTube, dude. Or any other social media site for that matter. And do little snippets and shit like that, dude. Hell, if you wanted to, you could do shorts and stuff like that all over YouTube. You just have like Pro 2A and anti-gun people doing their little fucking testimony stuff, dude. And like a 2 or 3 minute clip is what it is, dude. And it would be so much better. Because you'd actually show the fucking nuttiness of these fucking anti-gunners is what it is, dude. But of course, they don't want to do that because it would take too much fucking time and stuff is what it is, dude. And that's the biggest problem right now. So, I don't know, man. I'm just very irritated is what it is. Trying to see if dipshit Biden made that stupid ass announcement yet or not. Since it's like high noon or so in California currently. Going on 1 o'clock there. So Jesus fucking Christ. Then you got fucking scumbag Maxine Waters with the whole bank bullshit the other day. Talking about banks could pass cost of backstopping SVB depositors to taxpayers. Fuck you, Maxine Waters. How about you pay it, you fucking old bitch? Fucking piece of shit, James Brown wannabe. Hate that woman's face so fucking much, dude. By the way, how the fuck is Maxine Waters not in prison right now for domestic terrorism when she's literally called for the murdering of Trump supporters at least twice in her life? If not more, like 3 or 4 times now. Not to mention Tim Ryan, for that matter, who literally made political assassination a reality in the past year or so when he called for murdering of Trump supporters and stuff like that and MAGA people. And then you had some kid killed like a week or so after that, dude. Yeah, it's a bunch of shit, dude, entirely. I'm so fucking fed up with these Democrats in power right now, dude, in this country. That can get away with literally calling for murder and not be arrested on the spot for is what it is, dude. when they have the positions to actually do it is what it is, dude. Sorry, I was reading something funny here. Singer Avril Lavigne tells topless protester to get the fuck off my stage. Yeah, I don't disagree with that one, man. Again, that's why you have security on the stage to like yank these people out of there, man. Is what it is, and you know, detain them or whatever for a little bit of time. So, but what's weird too is, so I was on legiscan.com earlier today, and I was trying to look up the current stuff for the state of Ohio, and for some reason, okay, now it's working again. It was being weird too because it was just showing like primary sponsors or whatever for this stuff, and it never showed like the actual legislation. We're not showing the legislation again now, thankfully, or at least that part it is anyway. But yeah, if I go to introduced, okay, there we go. Yeah, see, like I said, now it's just got this weird thing where it just says, you know, primary sponsors and just primary sponsors and everything else. Like it doesn't actually show you what the bill text is or anything like that. And the same thing with everything else like that, and the engrossed, the enrolled, the past. It's weird, but then you go back to the previous legislative season and it tells you exactly what the stuff is. So I don't know if they messed up their system or what the hell's going on here. It's just odd. Because then you actually go look at stuff to see what it actually is about there. Like the purchasing a flag thing here. Which I think is ironic that there was one Democrat on this one, being that scumbag Adam Miller. And everybody else is a Republican then, to actually purchase U.S. flags and Ohio flags made in America and not other countries is what it is. So, but yeah, it's very interesting when you look at this stuff, man. So, let me go. So it'd be HB 51. Yeah, okay, so this is what we're talking about here. So I was wrong about who it was on it. It was Loychek and Gene Schmidt that were the two primaries on there for the thing. But yeah, there's a reason why it doesn't have any actual, you know, co-sponsors on it, again, because they had to get it through immediately is what it is, dude. And yeah, it was referred to the committee back in February, and now it's had, I think this is the second hearing today for it, which the legislature needs to update that one, actually, if that be the case, for the couple hearings it's had right now. So, but, yeah, I'm still trying to figure out there. Damn it. It's still not bringing it up for me. It's still wanting to be an asshole. Because I'm literally sitting here, I'm trying to bring up the freaking testimony thing, and it's still giving me that little circle jerk there is what it is, dude. I'm getting real sick and tired of that shit, man. So, I don't know. It is what it is, I guess. I wanted to show you guys some testimony, but it won't let me. You know? It sucks. It really does, man. Fucking hell, man. Yeah, there really is a lot of scumbags in our state house, dude. Okay, so serious question to anybody that might still be watching this today. I'm going to be for real, man. I want you guys to tell me something on this one. Does this prosecutor guy not look like Anthony Weiner? Seriously. That dude looks like he's fucking Anthony Weiner's brother. And I shit you not, man. And I'm gonna see if I can take this down and get a better picture of it actually, and I'll show you guys like a better, more blown up version of it then. Let me go ahead and hang on. Grab this up. A little better version of it there. All right, there's a better picture of it. Yeah, how does that guy not look like Anthony Weiner, dude? Like he is that guy's 100% a Democrat if I've ever seen one in my entire life, man. He is 100. He's definitely a fucking Soros stooge, man, for real. So, anyway. Yeah, I'm just pretty sick and tired of it, man. I'm just really sick and tired of fucking watching our country burn right now, dude. I feel like our founding fathers should definitely be turned over in their graves right now if they saw the shit going on right now, and especially when you have all these fucking old cunts talking about like, oh, if the Second Amendment and the founding fathers knew it was gonna happen, like fuck off, bitch. Seriously, that's what one of these old MDA bitches said earlier, by the way, in Ohio State House, dude. Was like, oh, our founding fathers never intended for people to have domestic violence. Bitch, they would have fucking killed those guys. Seriously, you don't know a fucking thing, lady. Because if you actually did historical fucking research, woman, like I have in the past many times and have come out here and talked about it many times, you would know that our founding fathers used to hang motherfuckers like that. They would build a gallows and then have those fuckers swinging in the first hour, dude. Because they didn't put up with shit like that back in those days, dude. And that's the fucking problem with our country right now, dude. You got all these people fucking pussyfooting around and everything else like that, instead of dealing with the fucking tyranny on the fucking spot is what it is, dude. And yeah, it's definitely a generation after generation of pussified fucking individuals in this country, dude. I'm talking about just men, I'm talking about women too, for that matter. You know, whether it be the fucking forever chemicals in our water supply and stuff like that, your estrogens, your various psych drugs, etc. there, man. In major cities being, continuously pumped back into the water supply and watersheds and stuff like that. Or whether it be something else for that matter, man. All the random fucking crap in our food supply. You give all these various antibiotics and stuff like that to various meat. They used to be, chickens and cows and pigs and stuff like that. And then you wonder why you have all these crazy ass like hormones in Americans and stuff like that now. You wonder why U.S. food supply is banned, most of it actually, is banned in like 30 or 40 countries overseas now. It's because of that shit, dude. Because you're injecting our actual clean food with fucking garbage chemicals. And then you wonder why you got fucking kids going on psychotic fucking murder sprees and shit like that, dude. Not that hard to figure out. Also, you wonder why that's happening 3 years after you all put everybody on lockdown for fucking 2 years of their damn lives, dude. You wonder why you've had children commit suicide. You wonder why you've had fucking kids go on mass murder sprees in these fucking gun-free zone schools and shit like that. Not that hard to figure out, bitches. It's all your fucking fault for locking us down for 2 goddamn years. And talking about, oh, you need to put your fucking mask on. Shut the fuck up, cunt. Seriously. And I say that specifically. You had 2 of these fucking MDA cunts down there today, dude. Still wearing fucking masks 3 years later. Fucking shamdemic's been over for fucking 3 years, dumbasses. Take the fucking stupid mask off your fucking face, you retard. It does nothing except make you look like a fucking dipshit that you actually are, and why you shouldn't have fucking voting rights in this country or any other state in this country, for that matter. Especially not in the state of Ohio, for that matter. So, anyway. Yeah, needless to say, I'm fucking fired up today, man. And I have a right to be for that matter, dude. Because again, going back to everything else, it's these same old fucking MDA cunts, man. These same moms demand action types that are the ones that are behind these fucking anti-life bills, like pro-abortion shit they're trying to push into our fucking state constitution right now, dude. And I'll be goddamn if I let that fucking shit fly, dude. Honestly, this is a call to arms right now for every pro-life organization in the state of Ohio, dude. When I say call to arms, I mean legislative call to arms. Lawsuit call to arms is what I'm saying here, just to be clear on that one. So it's not taken out of context. Take the money you have in the coffers and start suing the fuck out of these anti-life people, dude. Start suing every one of these motherfuckers that are behind the anti-life legislation that they're trying to put into our fucking state constitution on some ballot initiative, dude. And take these fuckers to court once and for all, dude. I'd do it myself, but I don't have the money to do it, is what it is, man. If I had the money, I would have, seriously, if I had the money right now, dude, to do that, I would have already retained a lawyer 6 months ago and gotten this shit fucking rolling, dude, before they even fucking pulled this crap right now, is what it is, dude. I would have had a lawyer on retainer ready to roll the second they tried to push this crap, dude. And the second it was announced or whatever the case be, bang, fucking lawsuit started is what it would have been then. And that's what it needs to be. It needs to be the pro-life side of America realizing once and for all it is time to sue the anti-life, anti-gun side out of existence at this point, dude. That's how we win. That's how we win without a shot of being fired, by the way. You start bringing individual lawsuits against every one of these anti-life people and every one of these anti-gun people, especially the fucking politicians that are in office right now, dude, pushing the shit that have broken their oath to office many, many times now and have done all kinds of criminal shit under deprivation rights of law is what it is, dude. And under that kind of stuff, that is how you take them out, dude, one at a time. You sue them into the fucking ground, you take them into bankruptcy, and you remove them from office based on the crimes they've already committed at this point. And that's what law enforcement in this state and every other state needs to do right now, dude. And if they're not going to do it, then it's time for us to actually demand that we up deprivation rights of law to a felony nationwide, and we get that shit passed nationwide as a felony, so that we, the American people, can then go do citizens arrest of these fucking criminal ass politicians that are doing this shit, dude. And it's as simple as that, really. And again, it can be ended without a shot ever being fired, without any kind of fucking massacres of any kind, without any kind of actual violent revolution, and it can be a civil revolution. Because honestly, with the way things are going right now, if it doesn't become a civil revolution very soon, dude, it's going to be worse than the French Revolution when it's all said and done. And that is the overcorrect that I don't want to see happen. I would much rather see a bunch of fucking criminal ass people right now in a fucking prison cell for the rest of their lives than a whole bunch of people up against a wall or at a fucking gallows or anything else like that, for that matter, dude. And that's the truth at the end of the day. But it's like every single day, dude, they just keep pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing, and it's taken us to that time period now, dude. It's taken us closer and closer to that pendulum swing overcorrect now. It's like that Game of Thrones episode where they had the fucking sept and stuff get, banged up and stuff like that with the fire stuff and whatever. And then you just have that big ass bell from the bell tower thing just go flying and take everybody out. Is what it is, dude. That's what I fear happening right now. It's going to be shit like that, dude, where it's just like some crazy ass thing that just goes flying and takes everybody out. Is what it is, man. And the biggest problem with all that right there is you don't know who's going to be the innocent bystanders when it's all said and done, man. And again, it wouldn't be a fucking issue if these state houses banned corporate lobbying. Ban Moms Demand Action from even being there, dude. Ban these fucking cunts from even testifying on the shit based on the fact they work for Michael Bloomberg and are being paid by an anti-gun organization to be there. It would be as simple as that, man. Ban their asses from being able to testify against the shit. And you would have these fucking bills passed in a day. And it would be as simple as that, man. And that's all I'm just about the end of the day. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I'll be back a little bit later for another one, probably. Until then, I will see you guys in the next one.